Hi everybody, my name's Greg and welcome to Goodbye Gluten.
Saying goodbye to gluten does not mean saying goodbye to great food and great taste.
So please like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to our channel.
So today we are going to be making an awesome appetizer slash snack, side dish, party favorite, especially with my family because a lot of them really love it. It's called bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. So let's get to see what you're going to need to make this awesome snack. Okay, this is all you're really going to need besides a cookie sheet and a bowl to mix it in. But you got two knives, one to chop them and this one to remove the ribs and the seeds, and also just mix it up. And I just use the one butter knife to mix it all together. Okay, for your main ingredients, for one batch of jalapeno poppers, because that's equals to 1 pack of bacon, and I like these ones from Costco. They're Kirkland bacon. They're really good, and the meat is usually pretty well evened out, as you see. Reasonably priced, and like I said, these are from Costco. Okay, cream cheese, not cream cheese whip, okay, or whipped cream cheese. You want straight up cream cheese. And I got these from Fred Meyer's, which is a Kroger brand. Philadelphia is really good too. You got your jalapenos, okay, and one batch is generally about 8 jalapenos sliced in half. You got a half a cup of cheddar cheese to 3/4 cup cheddar cheese per pack of cream cheese. Okay, so 1 pack per batch. Okay, then you got yourself red chili flake. I do about half a tablespoon of that per batch. Half a teaspoon of granulated onion or onion powder. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder. If you want to add more of these spices, go ahead. And then half a tablespoon of chili powder. And since I'm actually making a double batch today, I doubled all this stuff. Okay, so let's get to prepping and making. You're also going to need some sliced ham. I like Land O'Lakes because it's really good, really thick package, and it works really well and tastes very good. Okay, first thing is first, we're going to have these remove the ribs and seeds, but I also remove the stem, okay? Just makes it so much easier to manipulate. And as you notice, if they're curved, you want the bottom part of the curve there so it's all nice and even. Because nothing's worse, well, there's a lot of stuff worse, but so now through this video, when I start working like this, the video will get sped up and it will have some silly music playing. So what I'm going to do is just take my butter knife. I don't want to use a sharp knife for this. Okay. Just go to where you meet the membrane back there. And then just slice ever so gently. Alright. And then you could just peel that baby right off and you can see what you're doing. Now you notice there's a little bit of membrane right there or a seed or two. That's fine. One thing I did want to show you do you notice some of these jalapenos are definitely different sizes? Okay, these ones are your normal sized jalapenos, which are about 3 to 4 inches long. This one's about 5 to 6. Okay, so this one's going to take a little bit longer or more bacon to wrap, which will be fine. This one will have less bacon to need to be wrapped. That's what the ham also comes in for. Because I'll show you in a minute. Cue silly music. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention about working with these babies is they're going to start to make you sweat on your face. So one thing you never ever want to do is actually wipe your face with your hands you've been working with, because you're going to regret it. Okay, like when I was in the Army, we used to have this stuff called CS gas, and it was horrible. It would make your eyes burn, make your snot and everything come out, and it was so bad. So you get that on your fingers and you rub it in your eyes. Your skin, if it's sweaty, is going to burn. So one thing I suggest you do is, once you do finish one set of prep, wash your hands really, really, really good with like Dawn, for about at least 2 to 3 minutes, and get that off, and then smell your fingers to smell if there's any heat left on them, because it'll be bad. Okay, that's for the people who've never used jalapenos. For the people who have worked with jalapenos, disregard, because you already know. Okay, so now we're going to get to the second part. Okay, now let's say you don't want to have to buy jalapenos all the time, right? Save some of the seeds and go ahead and plant yourself a jalapeno garden. Okay, so let's get the cream cheese going, or the cheese mix going. Let me move this out of the side so I can show you what I'm doing. And then what I'm basically, if you notice, I'm just cutting into this like you would do dough for biscuits. It's basically all stirred up and ready to roll. Okay. Now I got this cookie sheet out because I'm going to basically process and hand over, process and hand over. First, let's get this hand going. So I got 16, I need 32 or 16 slices of ham. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, Look how great that ham looks like from Land O'Lakes. I mean, they do a really good job. Okay, take one knife we had. Sure it's all lined up well so I can evenly hack it. You know what? There. Perfect. Okay, now the bacon. Okay, I need another cutting board for me. Now, what I like to do is pretty much try to separate the slices. Just kind of like throw them in a little pile, each one in their own little pile. And you see how little stretchy they are? That's why I wanted you to kind of have them go to room temp. This way, they'll be able to, you know, wrap a lot easier. Now it takes about 25 minutes to do a batch. But if you have one or two people working it, you know, going to a team, it goes a lot faster. So does eating it. Okay. Simple thing to do. Get yourself some of the cream cheese. That's why I also like using a knife instead of spoons. Just press it in. Press it back. I like to do, if I'm working by myself, which usually I am, it's either I'm working on it or my wife's filming, or I'm working, you know, I'm filming and she's working on stuff. But she also does a daytime job where, you know, she's like on the road. So like right now she's on the road, so I'm So now I have basically about a cup left, and I will save this in the refrigerator and use it for cheese spread for crackers. Okay, now comes probably the easiest part of them all. Wrapping with the bacon and the ham. Okay, so you notice I have this circular ham. with an arc right there. I'm going to take the round part and put that on the arc itself. So it should look like this, right? I'm going to kind of pat it down a little bit. And then go ahead and do it like that again. Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly how to do this. Now there's video or YouTube videos, there's also websites I've seen where the people just take a small piece of bacon and wrap it right around there and then cook it like that. And I'm like, if you're going to do bacon wrapped jalapenos, you know, make sure you actually wrap them all the way. So I'm going to take it from the stem side, right? I'm going to make sure that I have this draping down enough. And as you see, I'm overlapping it. And then I'm just going to simply just wrap this baby around. And there you go. So let's do it again. Stem side. Because you want to cover basically the entire jalapeno. Whoops. Sometimes it's a pain in the bugger butt, but labors of love usually are. So I usually tell my children. So we'll finish this up. Another way you could do this really quickly, if you're working by yourself, just go ahead and, that's why I like lining them up on the cookie sheet. And have it all pre-set up.
Okay, you want to take a strip of bacon, starting at the area end where the stem was. You're going to wrap around and kind of overlay the sections just a hair bit. You might have to stretch the bacon a little bit, and then just keep repeating the process. Make sure the entire jalapeno gets covered. The bottom part is not, you don't have to worry about so much.
Okay, so I'm going to take these and put these in the freezer for about a half an hour so the bacon can re-solidify itself. Okay, preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Okay, I'm going to take some of these and I'm going to put the flat side down. Okay, I got my oven preheating. Oops. I'm going to make sure I roll these to where they are flat.
So bake for 10 minutes, set to broil for 5, flip them and broil for another 5.
Okay, so now okay, so while I got the other ones cooking, I'm going to head and grab actually 2 Ziploc bags. Always like folding them out like that when we're putting like raw meat into the bags. That way they don't, you know, cling all over the top. And since they're already solidified, go ahead and just start sticking them in there. Okay, now one thing I wanted to show you guys is the ones that are longer, you know, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches long. Notice there's about 1 inch that isn't covered, so you want to get the ones that are like, whoops. Shut up, you. So you want to get the ones, oops, yeah. So you want to get the ones about 4 inches long, and that will be your perfect sized jalapenos. The reason why I like sticking them in the freezer is so they'll last longer too. It's a lot easier to pull them out and throw them right down onto a thing. Now when you freeze them, you want to make sure that you cook them a little bit longer, because they're frozen. So it's going to take them a little bit longer to cook. But one of the main reason is because the cheese won't melt as fast. and it won't come pouring out of your jalapenos as quick. There. That's all done. Wash the ham. And this way, you don't actually have to use any toothpicks. Because I found out if you do this and try to put them in a plastic bag or put cellophane over the top of a cookie sheet, the toothpicks just poke right through them.
Let them cool on the rack for about 5 to 10 minutes and then transfer to paper and then enjoy.
I'm interested in trying just the ones with ham and see how well they do. So I let them cool for about 15 minutes. And what I like to do, especially if I'm going to go to a party or something like that, just cut them in half. Oh. My biggest guilty pleasure with these things is I could decimate an entire pack of them easily. And there you have bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers for the taste test. So good. You got that little bit of garlic kick, you got the chili flakes in there, the chili powder, you got the cheddar and cream cheese, and you got that little faint hint of ham, but mostly it's the bacon and the jalapenos. This is a great little snack and or side dish or hors d'oeuvres that you could take to a friend's party or a family gathering, or just binge watch TV and eat them yourself. Okay, but be careful because, you know, jalapenos can have repercussions in the end. So I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of Goodbye Gluten. And remember what we always say here at Goodbye Gluten. Saying goodbye to gluten does not mean saying goodbye to great food and great taste. Have a great evening.